What's up, my good people, man? It's your main man, DJ the Great. And today I'm here to talk about another loss to the Alabama Crimson Tide. On Saturday night, we had a raucous crowd of over 93K in the stadium. Great atmosphere, great home field advantage. We riding a 33-game home winning streak. And once again, the Alabama Crimson Tide come in and end another streak. And at this point, man, we have a Alabama problem. I don't care who's coaching on the other side, on the sideline. For whatever strange reason, coach cannot get over that hump. We have lost the last 10 out of 11 games to the Alabama Crimson Tide. 10 out of the last 11. Coach Kirby Smart is 1-7 against Alabama. And I'm going to throw a stat out there. Coach only has about 20 or 21 losses, and 7 of them came to Alabama. 7 of them. I cannot make this stuff up. I can't make it up, man. We go into this game, and we just, once again, man, we starting off slow. But this time, we starting off slow on the defensive side of the ball. Can't get off the field for nothing on third down. Can't get off the field. I want to say Alabama was like 8 of 8 on third down conversion before we finally got them off the field on third down. What is going on the defensive side of the football this season? For actually the past 2 seasons. We can't generate no type of pass rush. Secondary look lost out there. But then we wait to halftime to make adjustments. When it's now we playing catch up once again. Alabama scored all their points in the first half, and that's all they needed. They beat us in a half of football. Now, the fan base want to get on here and talk about Mike Bobo this, Mike Bobo that. Now, we got to start laying accountability on the defensive side of the ball. And I understand a lot of fans don't want to do that because Coach has his hand. He's a defensive guy. He's one of the best-known defensive guys in all of college football. I give him that. But I feel like a lot of fan base don't want to lean on the defensive side of the ball. They don't want to blame Glenn Schumann and the staff. They look at Mike Bobo. He's the easiest target to blame. And I'm going to say it right now. These last 2 games, Mike Bobo been doing what he's supposed to do. He been doing what he's supposed to do. It ain't his fault running backs fumbling the ball. It's not his fault wide receivers dropping passes. That's 28 points right there. Well, that's 14 points. At least 10. The play that Nate Frazier fumbled on, I'm pretty sure we would have scored on that drive. We probably would have got 3 out of it. And then let's not get started on Taylor. Dropped a wide open pass. Literally just walk in the end zone. It go right through your hands. That's a 10 to 14 point swing right there. That's the ball game right there. So everybody want to get on here talking about, oh, why would we call that play on 4th and 1? Once again, it could be a lot be said about that. I was one of the ones, please take the points. You can't worry about what happened in the game earlier. You got points on the field, take it. I feel like Coach was pressing, and that's another thing he do. Every time he played Alabama, it's like he outcoached himself. He outcoached himself. Now, granted, Alabama was scrambling. They were trying to get their call in. We snapped the ball. We got Cash Jones in on that 4th down play. When we got a running back that's toting the rock on Alabama, eating them up. This man was averaging 10 yards a carry. He would have got the first down at least. If not, if he would have probably walked in the end zone. You put Cash Jones in there. L.T. Overton barely got his hands on him, and that was enough to knock him off his balance, and boom, he fall. Chauncey Bowman he wouldn't have failed. He would have ate that contact. Him or Josh McCray, they would have ate that contact and at least got us a yard to keep the drive alive. It's stuff like that, man. So, yeah, we can't blame Mike Bobo for that call, and there's one other call I can blame him for. But is this sitting and solely say this loss is on Mike Bobo? No, it's not. Let's talk about that defensive side of the ball. Let's talk about it. We're going to have to talk about it. Why we can't get no pressure? We 4 games into the season cannot get no pressure. I want to say we damn near dead last in sacks in the whole entire country. We talking about the Georgia Bulldogs, damn near last in sacks. Make it make sense, man. Please, somebody help me make that make sense. This is just frustrating. We can beat anybody's ass in the SEC, but when it comes to Alabama, we just find a way to lose games. Find a way to lose games. And this is probably one of the worst teams that we done seen from Alabama. One of the worst. And I'm not saying that like to knock on Alabama, like, oh, they just a bad team this year. If we talking about the standard that they live up to and other stuff they had going on, these folks are up on the Caleb the boys like 2-6 on the road or something like that. Not anymore. They like 3-6 now. When they come to us playing Alabama, it's just weird shit happens. Just weird shit happens time and time again. Bobo calls, bozo calls, all kind of shit, just boneheaded shit just happen every time we play these people. Dropping passes, fumbling the ball, all kind of stuff, man. Like it never fails. It never fails. Can't do nothing but blame myself. We ain't got no excuse this year. We at home, no Nick Saban. We ain't got no excuse. We don't have no excuse. And we running the ball. We had 227 yards on 33 carries against these people and still lost. We held them to like 130 yards rushing. Still lost. You know what we got beat at? Third down. Can't get no pressure. Ty Simpson looking like Tom Brady back there. Completely shredding us. These people literally walked in Sanford Stadium and the crowd noise did not affect them at all. It's just, like I keep telling people, Georgia, when it comes to Georgia, people going to take their best shot at Georgia. That's just what it is. They're going to take their best shot at Georgia. 9 times out of 10, we withstand all that. But when we line up against against the team that got on that crimson colors, we fold up every time. It's proof in the pudding. There's no way we can sit here and defend that. It's proof in the pudding. It's factual. Out of the last 11 games we done played these people, we done lost 10. 3 in a row. And I'm going to be honest, if they receivers, Jameis Winston and Robert and Metchie didn't go out, John Metchie didn't go out, we probably would have lost the championship game, the first one. So let's keep it all the way a buck. Let's be real about that. It just don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense. It ain't got nothing to do with a talent disparity. Like, talent levels is there. Yes, I understand Alabama got just as many blue chips, if not more, than Georgia. But the standard and how they play ball is neck and neck. We found a way to lose games when it comes to Alabama. Not executing. Penalties. All that. So let me take a look at these stats right quick. So, let's see where we at. And I had to wait 48 hours just so I can come down. I'm still kind of hot about that because it don't make no sense at all. So, far as sacks, we had 1 sack against them. And it wasn't even on the quarterback. I want to say it was on Jeremy Bernard because they were trying to do a halfback pass. So they counted that as a sack. Far as us sacking Ty Simpson, that did not happen all night. Did not happen all night. Couldn't get no pressure on him. We get there, we over pursuing. And then what he do? He take it up the A gap or the B gap, get him like 10, 11 yards. First down. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? It don't make no sense, man, at all. At all. So, far as the numbers, Ty Simpson was 25 for 30 for 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Gonna stop the 13 of 20 for 130 yards with 1 touchdown, no picks. Running the ball. As a team, they had 38 carries for 117 yards. Georgia, as a team, had 33 carries for 227 yards, and you still lose. How does that even happen? Let's be honest. How does that happen? You damn near at 250 yards rushing on Alabama, and you still find a way to lose. Can't make this up. We cannot make this up. We have a Bama problem. So, Georgia fans, we just got to get used to it. We have a Bama problem. We do. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. Just like Tennessee has a Georgia problem, we got an Alabama problem. And that's just what it is. It don't matter what we do and how we play against these people. We find a way to shoot ourselves in the foot and fuck around and lose a game. It happened every time. Every time. And I'm not one of them fans to sit here and make up more victory excuses. No, they kicked our ass on third down. Literally kicked our ass. They was like 13 or 19 on third down. Let me see. Let me see here. Let me see what it was on third down. I ain't even got that part pulled up. So hold on. Let me go back up here and pull that up. Shit don't make no sense, man. No sense at all. Yeah, 13 of 19 on third down. Georgia, 2 of 8 on third down. I mean, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? It's crazy, man. So, Georgia fans, got to stop blaming Mike Bobo when your defense can't get off the field on third down. Yeah, we started out, went 3 and out on our first drive, but after that, we was moving the ball up and down the field. We were moving the ball. Mike Bobo dialing that shit up with misdirections, getting players in the open space. I'm going back. I'm looking at the film. I see what's going on. Gunnar Stockton got back in the cell again. You had Oscar Delp running a seam route, going across the middle. You had him wide open. You decide to run. You hit Oscar Delp. That's at least a 20 to 25 yard gain. That's going to flip the field. You tuck it and run. Receivers dropping passes, fumbling the ball. We had 1 turnover, and that was enough to get them to win. Yeah, granted, we held them, and they only kicked the field goal, but still, that was enough right there. So you got to think, they kicked that field goal, and then we elect not to kick a field goal when we get the 8-yard line. And then we drop an open touchdown pass, wide open. They'll go out 10 points right there. They'll go out 10 points. That was enough to win the game. Everything else, check out. We out-rushed them, everything. Well, except passing. They ate us up in the passing. But I will say this about the defense. Second half, they locked down. They held Alabama scoreless in the second half. They did. They held them scoreless, but we only scored once. We were scoreless in the first quarter and the fourth quarter. That killed us right there. We left 10 points on the field in the fourth quarter. Not going for it for a field goal. Well, not electing to kick a field goal, and then we drop a wide open pass. So I don't want to hear nothing about old Mike Bobo, this, that, and the third. Y'all want to lean on 2 plays that this man called, but let's talk about the other, let me see here. Let's talk about the other. So altogether, we had 33 rushes, and we had 20 attempts. So what that is, 53 plays. So let's talk about the other 51 plays. Let's talk about it. Y'all want to harp on and lean on the only 2 plays that y'all feel cost the game. That ain't. Let's talk about the Nate Fraser fumble deep in the Alabama territory. Let's talk about the drop pass by Taylor. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's other stuff that can be pointed out that's not Mike Bobo's fault. Yes, have Mike Bobo had some game where he caused some lackluster stuff? Yes, he have. But the past 2 games, he has been dialing that shit up. I don't care what nobody say. He been dialing it up for enough for us to get the win. His counterpart ain't helping him out. Glenn Schumann is not helping him out. He can't figure out how to get up the field on third down. We can't generate a pass rush. People want to talk about how Mike Bobo was calling plays up under the Mark Richt era. Y'all do realize this man was averaging 40 points a game. That is enough to win a ball game in college. Not if your defense giving up 43 points a game. Up on the Mark Richt era, we had some of the worst defensive coordinators. But y'all, everybody want to blame Mike Bobo. Oh, Mike Bobo this, Mike Bobo that. Like I say, has Mike Bobo had some game where his head scratched? Yes, he have. But the past 2 games against Tennessee and Alabama, it was enough to get us the win. It was enough to get us the win. Defense. We got a defensive problem this year. We can't get pressure on the quarterback. And I don't give a damn who you play. If you can't get to the quarterback, your secondary can only go out for so long. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. So until we figure out how to get a pass rush, Georgia fans, just get ready to be biting your nails every week. And Sid ain't going to be sweet next week with Kentucky. Yeah, they struggling a little bit, but guess what? They're going to come play us. So you better be ready. So that's all I got to say about that, man. This shit just frustrating. We instead of finding ways to lose to these people, man. Year in and year out. So when people ask me how do I feel about the game when we play Alabama, until it happens, I'm going to always say, I think Bama going to get us. Until we can prove that we can beat these people. That's just what it is. That's all I got to say about that, man. And you already know, when it comes to DZ the Great, I still love my dogs. Go Dogs.